The business of photography is very tough. Everybody assumes, you make millions and millions, or oh my god, she looks very expensive, or I can't afford this, or but what happens is, in Nigeria we haven't accepted photography yet as a professional job that demands thousands or millions of naira, I should say. Everybody wants to have a great picture, but they really don't want to pay for it. So you get a lot of, please take the pictures, we'll give you exposure, we'll say your name, sometimes I get really ticked off because you come into me saying to me, oh, take these pictures and what we'll do is we'll give you credit. Whether or not you're paying me for a picture, you have to give me credit. It is my right. I took that picture. And this is what I go through, and basically with Lagos and Abuja, let me, weigh it up, because Lagos is more photography friendly than Abuja. In Lagos, I've gotten a bunch of jobs that have been really good. You get corporate jobs that they're willing to pay you whatever amount as long as you give them exclusivity, which is also another problem. In Abuja, it's really tough. What happened with me, I started a business. I jumped into it, Luckily, I had years of piling up equipment. So I didn't need the capital to start. It's always very high, steep. So I didn't have that problem because I had gone through probably 6 years of buying small things here and there, from the tripod to the lenses to my lights and things like that. So when it came to putting together my business, my main startup capital at the time that I needed was to register the business, my space where I was going to use as my office, which I never got for the first few years. I was running my business from home, and I ended up with my studio in the trunk of my car, and I set up on location because that saved a lot more for me. But after research and everything, I realized at that time that I didn't need an office. I could work from anywhere. And I didn't need much capital, like I said earlier. But the problem I had was getting people to actually pay for my pictures. Pricing was a problem, because the regular person would go to an event and buy a picture for 100 naira, and they would scream even for the 100 naira. So why should I charge them 10,000 or 15,000 for a studio session? Or in Lagos, why should you charge me 30,000 or 40,000 for a studio session? They just couldn't understand it, But the thing about running a business is you have equipment to pay for, and our equipment are not cheap at all. Because I have a camera, and I can take pictures, and in your mind, you already have the camera, you're taking pictures for free. I can give an example. A lady came to me, she owned a fashion house, and she wanted a full-on international standard photo shoot, but didn't want to pay for it. She said the magazine will give you credit, they will put your picture, they will, just do this for me. And I said to her, okay, let's make a deal. I will come to your store anytime I want and take any outfit I want, and I will tell the world that I took, that you made it, and I can take the picture of me that I'm going to use in the magazine and say it was made by you, as long as I get those clothes for free. No, but it's not the same now. That was her first reaction. I was like, no, but it's the exact same thing. You can make these dresses and sell and keep making a turnover. I paid millions to get my equipment. I need to pay for it. I need to pay the money I used to buy these things. I have to pay it back. Another thing I realized is with photography you have to constantly keep learning. Constantly keep learning. You know, light is an amazing thing, and if you take a picture in the dark with no light at all, there would still be something there. So the main thing about photography is you're constantly learning, and even learning is not cheap. Apart from the free tutorials here and there that you see, it's a lot of money to learn. It's a lot of money to upgrade yourself as a professional in photography. So it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. You know, I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to be able to learn and also run a business at the same time. You know, I don't think I've reached the level yet that I can say my business is great as a business. You know, having a name is a whole different thing. Getting the exposure is a whole different thing, but you hardly ever get paid for it anyway. So I think that's basically it when it comes to business.